Hi, I am here. Today we're going to do some favourites. I'm going to be real honest with you. It is my time of the month and I feel like absolute garbage. But I wanted to do this for you today because I've been having a real bad time doing my makeup recently. If you haven't seen my last video you wouldn't know, but I've had this issue with my eyes going on. They've been super watery, double vision, that sort of thing. So it's been really messing up any makeup I try to do. Yesterday I literally must have done my makeup and taken my makeup off like 4 or 5 times, because if I put any makeup near my eyes, it just literally will water the makeup off. It will just disintegrate the makeup. So it's been super frustrating recently. But I wanted to come here today and to film something. Yeah, some favourites. Try and make myself feel better. So that's what we're doing. So yeah. Alright, to start off, what am I doing? I'm going to start with the eyes like I always do, because if they completely mess up straight away, I can just take it off and redo it. So, bring you in a little just so you can see a bit better. I'm going to start by priming my eyes. This is not a favourite, this is just on the floor. So yeah, this is not a favourite. This is the Ardell in her Prime eye primer in the matte version. I'm basically just testing this. I'm trying this out today because I've been using concealer recently and I was just wondering if using like a proper eye primer would help keep things around my eyes, if that makes sense. So I'm just trying this today. I really want to get a proper eye canvas thing that actually has like pigment in it, but I've just been using concealer. All the cramps are real today. Okay, so I grabbed 2 palettes to play with. Neither of them are like my favorite. I don't really have a favorite. I never really have a favorite eye palette. Like, I always just go through my different eye palettes. I try and do different eye looks all the time because like I very rarely go out, so when I do go out I try and do a different makeup look, because I don't really wear makeup every day like I'm sure a lot of other people do. So yeah, I try and do different eye makeup, so I never use just one palette. So for today, because I'm wearing this really cool t-shirt which is new and I love, I was gonna do actually a Primark haul that included this t-shirt, but I'm not certain because this actually had to go in the wash. Like, I wanted to film the Primark haul the other day, like I got ready and everything, and then I just started feeling really shitty, so I ended up not doing it. So this went in the wash and then I wore all the other stuff. And yeah, and someone did comment on my last Primark haul saying that it would be good if I could try the clothes on, and I do really understand that that would be helpful, but as well, like, I'm just really self-conscious, and honestly just even sharing with you guys like what size I am was like a really big step for me, like a really big first step that I'm super proud of myself for taking. But I just don't know if I'm ready to do that yet. I hope that you understand. I know that it's a bit irritating, and of course it would be better if you could see the clothes fully on, but that's just kind of where I'm comfortable with. So I don't know if I should still do the Primark haul. It's just because I needed new clothes. So yeah, let me know if you want to see it anyway, or if not then it doesn't matter because you can see them during my videos. But anyway, yeah, so why did I ramble so much? So the look we're going to do today is going to be inspired by this t-shirt. So I grabbed this, this is actually a palette from Primark as well, the Pastel Passions eyeshadow library, because I thought that this colour right here was a pretty spot on colour for my t-shirt, so I thought we could use that. And then I also grabbed out my W7 Total Eclipse palette, mainly for these like glitters. I thought I could do something glittery. I've been doing like a lot of matte looks recently. You guys probably wouldn't have seen it because I haven't filmed a video in a while, but like just in my normal life, like when I go out and stuff, I've been doing like a lot of matte looks, so I'm kind of feeling glitter today, possibly. We'll see how my eyes behave. But anyway, shut up, Kate. And also I'm a bit down in the dumps today because I have to go and get an x-ray done, because I mentioned this in my last video as well. I fell over and hurt my foot, and they're worried that I've broken my toes, broken my foot, done something. It really hurts still. It's been like way over a week at this point. It's still bruised, it's still swollen, still really hard to walk on. So that's fun as well. So I'm gonna start by grabbing this purple shade. I want to see what it's like. I think I might do something sort of like, not like a graphic liner look, but maybe something a bit more graphic instead of being like all blown out and stuff like I normally do. But I'm just taking this shadow and patting it on my lid. So I think I'm going to start by patting this on in more sort of like a circular pattern, like a rounded shape. And then I think I might blend it out with a little bit of the lighter purple. Okay, so I'm going to just do this one eye to start off with, I think. Don't mind the pigs. Yeah. Just wiping a brush off on my pyjamas, that'll do. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this one eye first, because if I don't like it for whatever reason, there's no point in taking off both eyes. So then I'm gonna dip into this light purple here. So I'm just gonna take this and dab it there first. It's like a super light shade. It almost looks kind of like white. And just like a, I don't know, a disclaimer, I am not a professional in any way, shape or form. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm literally just playing around. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm mixing the dark and light purple as well, just to sort of help with that blend. That's going patchy in there. I don't even think that that's this eyeshadow swatch. I was having that a lot yesterday as well. And I used a completely different eyeshadow. I think it's my eyes, because I used a different base yesterday as well. Fun. I'm going back in with this deeper shade just to try and make it not patchy. Is that helping? It's helping a little. I don't think I'm going to be able to blend it though. Just bringing that super light purple into my inner corner a little. Taking some of the dark purple as well to just try and blend using that outwards. So now I'm going to dip into my W7 Total Eclipse palette. And there's a couple of different purples in here. So you got this one and this one. What should I do? I'm going to take this one right here, which is called Big Dipper. And I'm just going to use my finger. I can't be bothered. So pat this on. And I'm just going to take this over my whole lid. Like right the way out here. It's definitely patchy, like right there. What the hell? So because I'm finding that extremely irritating, I'm going to take my W7 palette and go into this Latitude shade right here. And I'm just going to put a little in there. And like it'll deepen it up a little bit, but hopefully it won't be patchy and it'll look like it's supposed to be like that. Back into my original purple. That looks okay. It still looks patchy though. I'm just gonna pat a little bit more, like right into that deepest part. And try not to blend it as much. Hopefully that will work. Okay, so this is essentially the look for right now. I'm gonna recreate it over on this eye and I'll be back in a second. So my eyes are on. This is still looking a little patchy, which is just annoying the absolute crap out of me. But I did try and clean up as much of the little glitters as I could, but you can see blah, 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 blah. You can see that there's still a few stubborn ones down here, but oh well. So now let's move on to the face. So this is where the sort of like favourites really come in. Just closing up my palettes quickly. So the primers that I have been loving recently are, they're both pore filling ones, and they're both older ones in my collection as well. So first I have the W7 Porefection Pore Minimizing Primer, which I've been absolutely loving recently, and then as well my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So when I first tried this e.l.f. one, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't like sold on it. Like I knew that everyone really liked it, but for me it felt a little bit too like oily, if that makes sense. Like it's not like this one. This is more sort of like a, I don't know how to describe it. Like when you put it on, it probably just like smooths everything out and then you can't feel the texture anymore, whereas this is definitely like more like liquidy and like super like slippy, if that makes sense. But I've been loving both. I'd say that this one is probably more my favorite, but at the same time it's a bit more irritating to actually use, because like it comes out, like I will try and show you, in like this like sort of paste thing, but when you try to apply this on your face it like falls everywhere, especially if you've got a lot of it. So it's like a bit more irritating to apply, but I really like both. So the thought has literally just come to me, what if I use one on one side and one on the other side, because I've never actually compared them directly to each other on the face. So I'm gonna do that. So my Perfection I'm gonna put on this side because I've already got it on my finger. So what I had on my hand was like not enough, not nearly enough really, for my whole face. I do tend to find that with these sorts of products, sort of like the more you use, like the better of a result you're gonna get, if that makes sense. So I'm just taking some more so you can see it sort of like it comes out all bitty, and then you sort of have to put it together. NYX has one like this. I think it's just called Pore Filler or something like that. Ooh. And their one has this sort of like paste as well, but it's like way easier to like mold together. Like this one is a bit more difficult, but this one is also super cheap and it does give the same really nice smooth effect to it. So it's a little more tricky to work with, but it is like a lot cheaper. But I do also really love that NYX one, but this is a great dupe for it. So that's this side. So I feel like you can see that it is like a lot smoother in comparison to this side. Like I feel like you can see down the middle. But let's put a bit of this ELF one on. So really for me, it's a bit interchangeable. Like I don't mind which one I use. The W7 one is more of a favourite, I would say. This one I like and I've been using a bit more, but it's not like my favourite. I mean, it still sort of gets the job done. I would say that the W7 is a lot more smoothing, like a lot more pore blurring. Okay, so if I look up close at them, like real up close, they look both pretty much as smooth on my nose. This side of my face and my cheeks actually looks a little bit more sort of like matte, I would say, than this side. The main difference is in the texture. So this side feels completely dry, like it feels fine. This side still, like it feels like I have like a cream on, whereas this side just feels like smooth, like it feels like a super smooth face, if that makes sense, whereas this side has a bit more grip and a bit more like texture kind of. So the standout this month since I tried it is this is by Revolution, well actually by Real Revolution, which is like their cheaper brand. This is the Super Serum. It's a hyaluronic acid foundation. I tried this in my first impression of Real Revolution, which I will link. I'm not going to link it down below, I always forget. I'll do it in a little info card thing somewhere. But I've really been enjoying this. Like it's super thin. Like I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, like if I just do that, like it's so liquidy, but it's got really good coverage. Like the only issue I have with it, and this is like a really minor issue because it's packaging, is that like this it's a glass bottle and then you have a glass dropper, but like it's proper like wedged in there, so whenever I take it out I do sort of it like spats like product at me and on my clothes, which I don't love because I can never get foundation out of my clothes. But yeah, it's like it's super liquidy, but it has amazing coverage. It feels really great on my skin. It's like, it is hydrating and it is dewy, but not like super dewy and luminous. But honestly, every time I like anytime I'm gonna wear makeup and I like have a look at my little foundation section, I'm just always drawn to this one. And you can tell like I've literally almost used like a quarter of it and I haven't had it very long. Like, it's the newest foundation that I have, and yeah, I really love it. So I'm gonna just blend mine in with my e.l.f. Total Face sponge. And if you're wondering, I have mine in the shade F1, which is the lightest shade, I'm fairly certain. But honestly, this is probably my favourite foundation that I've ever tried from Revolution. I've tried a few of them, but like this one is my favourite, and it's probably my favourite of the serum type foundations that I've tried, because I've tried a few. This kind of looks to me like what I wanted the e.l.f. Camo CC cream to look like, which is like natural but really good coverage, really like lightweight on the skin because it's meant to be like a CC cream, the e.l.f. one. But the e.l.f. one I really don't love. Like, I gave it another shot the other day and I just really, like, I don't like it. And I was like so excited to try that foundation out for so freaking long. I'm honestly thinking of doing a, I kind of want to do a declutter, yeah, but I really don't have like I don't have like a big makeup section. Like, I literally have like a little turntable thing which has all of my foundations and stuff on, and then I have two boxes. One has eyeshadows in, one has like powders, primers, that sort of thing. So I really don't have like a huge makeup collection or huge makeup storage or organization. But I really like to go through and declutter quite often, because I really don't like keeping makeup that I don't use. It just feels super wasteful to me, and yeah, I don't like having stuff sitting around that I'm not using. So I do tend to go through quite often, but I never do it on camera because I'm like, oh, it's such a small makeup collection that no one's gonna care. But I was thinking of doing a video where it was sort of like a declutter, but it was more sort of like you like giving the products like a last chance. I saw Emily Knoll do one. I can't remember how long ago it was. It's like maybe like last week when I'm filming this video. And she did one where it was like last chance or declutter or something like that, and I'm thinking about doing something like that so that I can try it all out again before I throw it away, so it has like one last chance to impress me. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm probably gonna do it anyway. But this is the foundation, so you can see like it is a little glowy, but it's more sort of like natural than anything. It has a beautiful, like, I would honestly say high, medium to full coverage, because like I have rosacea and like look at my cheeks, you can barely see any redness. Like, you can see a few blemishes, acne scars, but it has really impressive coverage. It looks beautiful on the skin, sits so nicely on it, and it wears really well as well. Like, I get super oily, especially around my nose, up here on my forehead, and like under my chin, and this foundation wears super well, and I just love it. I love the coverage of it, I love the finish of it. It's my favourite foundation. Then I'm going to do a little bit of like cream bronzer contour. I never do this, like I never ever bother with the fifth faff of creams. Like, I never really enjoy the finish. But with this one, which is again an old product that I've sort of been playing around with again recently, I really like it. And it's from Poundland. It is their Makeup Gallery Hide and Chic Contour Sculpt and Define. So I think this is actually, like, they have like the little stick concealers, and then they have this. It does not have a shade on it, but I've had this for like maybe a year. It's like this sort of shade, so it's sort of like a warm but kind of coolish tone. It's a very interesting tone on the actual face, and this is actually super like waxy. But I don't know, I've been trying out a couple other of my like cream bronzer contour things recently, and I just really have not been enjoying them, but this one I actually really like. And then I take a brush and I literally just blend it. I know a lot of people say you're supposed to tap so that you don't disturb your, like, whatever you've got on underneath, but it never really seems to be an issue for me. Like, I hope you can see what I mean, where like it is warm, but it also, like, I don't know, like, it's not super warm. Like, it just works really nicely. And I'm not being super careful with this either because like I haven't put on my concealer yet. So I'm going to go in with my concealer and, you know, clean it all up and stuff. So I'm not being too careful. And then I'm just going to go over with my sponge. Just tone it down a little, just mainly here. And I just think that that looks like super natural. Like I really, really like it. It's only £1, so yeah, this has been my favourite recently. Then for concealer, it's been a weird month with concealer. This has been my favourite concealer recently. This is the Technic 3-in-1 Canvas concealer, but I don't want to use it today because I feel like the more I've been using it, I've been noticing that it's been oxidising a little and it's been going a little bit darker slash peachy pinkier than when I first apply it. So I've only been noticing that recently, so I just want to keep playing with it in my own time before I say like, oh, it's a favourite. So the other ones that I've been enjoying this month are the Revolution Pro Ultimate Radiant Under Eye Concealer. This does not have like a lot of coverage, but I like the ease of blended out. I like the colour of it. I like how creamy it is, and especially when I mix it with my Essence Skin Loving Sensitive Concealer, which this has been my favourite for like a while now. If I mix both of these, I just really like the effect of it. So I'm starting with my Revolution one, which is like, it's ridiculously creamy. Like it goes across the skin so nicely. I still have loads of glitter under my eyes, by the way. A little there. Although I really do not need like much coverage because that foundation just did so much work for me. Like if you've seen my channel probably even more than once, I always put more extra concealer right here because I have rosacea and I really don't like for it to like peek through it all. But I feel like with this foundation, it covers so well that I don't feel like I need the extra concealer. So it's actually kind of saving me product. But you can see like it has covered a little, but it really I think it covers in more of the sense that like it has light reflecting properties in it, so when you haven't set it, like the light bounces off it, which sort of gives the illusion that you don't have like darkness there. But when you set it down and the like light reflecting properties like are set, then you can tell that it doesn't have a lot of coverage. But that's why I'm going to mix in a little bit of my Essence right where I'm the darkest. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a little bit of my Essence Skin Loving Concealer. By the way, I have this one in C1 and this Essence one in... what do I have you in? I think it's in Porcelain, but the label has rubbed off. I don't know if you can tell. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's Porcelain. I'm just going to add a little bit of this right there and there. I feel like that makes like a lot of difference in the actual coverage and the brightness as well. Okay, so now I'm all concealered. My base is looking super good. Like I feel like I look quite flawless right now and I love it. So I'm going to set, and my favourite powder I think I've actually used up. So I'm going to try and get a little bit out of it, but I think I might have to use another one. So this is the I Heart Revolution Coconut Scented Baking Powder. Again, this is an old product that I feel like was a favourite of mine, like maybe late last year, like before I even broke my ankle. And then I just didn't use it like for forever. And then I put it back into my project pan because I had not been using it and I only had a little bit left. I wanted to use it up. And then I started using it with like different brushes, different application methods, and I just fell in love with it again, and now I've pretty much used it up. So like I have the tiniest amount left. I don't think I can get anything more out of it. So I'm just going to set my under eyes quick, and well, pretty much my whole face. I always set my whole face. I know a lot of people don't, but for me it makes a difference. And I'm not taking a lot of powder, but I feel like you can see the difference where I have taken the powder. Like it just looks matter, it looks smoother, and it also kind of brightens a little. So I don't do it like all over the face. I do it kind of in strategic areas. And they have like a bunch of different powders like this. So it's a sad day because this is now going to go into my empties. Well, it's a sad and a happy day. I love finishing stuff up. It makes me feel super good. but at the same time that was like my favorite powder, so I don't really want to be without it. So for bronzer, my favorite recently has been this one again from Poundland. This is the Makeup Gallery Good to Glow matte bronzer. I have mine in matte light one. I've just been really liking it recently, especially when I've been doing the cream bronzer. I feel like this just adds a nice little bit of warmth to my face that I like. So yeah, I've also been like playing around with like my brushes, my application, like where I'm putting stuff and that. Like I really have been trying to play around with things recently to see what I actually like the best on my face shape. So I'm not like 100%. At the moment I like what I'm doing and the brushes I'm using for everything, even though it's been a bit of like a switch up for me. But I always like to play around and not like get too stuck in a rut with things, if that makes sense. So I always like to try and use different brushes for different things and put things in different ways, try different techniques. Did I just do that all over my shirt? Yep. So yeah, this is what I've been liking to do for the moment, but I'm sure in a couple months I'll be putting bronzer like, I don't know, up by my eyeballs or something, I don't know. But for right now, this is how I've been liking doing it. And then for blush, it's another Poundland product. It's this little Feeling Blush Duo blusher. I got mine in matte one, so it has this super pretty peach shade and then this pink shade. I really like the peach, but I kind of mix both, I'm not gonna lie. I try to focus on the peach, but a little bit of the other one always sort of gets involved. And put that here. I just think it's such a pretty shade, and it's a really like nice formula. It's only £1. I mean, the actual size to get your brush in is a little bit small, but I mean for £1 I'm not really moaning, especially because it's super like good if you're traveling. Not that any of us have, not that I have, but I just think if you were gonna travel, this would be something really good to take with you to travel because it's so tiny. Like I just feel like that's such a pretty colour and just such a pretty formula. Like it's really nice. I honestly feel like Poundland is a little bit underrated, even by me in the past. Now for highlight, this is a favourite that I didn't see come in, and I'm sure that you didn't see come in, because I feel like when I first tried this out I wasn't really wowed by it. In fact, it was kind of the opposite. I didn't really like it. But it is my Soph X Revolution original highlighter palette, the big one. I've really been enjoying this. I use the whole top row and this bluish purple one, which I'm actually going to use today. I've been really enjoying this one recently. I've used it like quite a lot in the last like few weeks. This white one is a little too chunky and white for me. It's a little too icy. The formula is not my favorite formula. Like I do think it's a little bit texturizing, but I do just really like it. I especially like this shade that I'm using right now, and these two, well these three. I think it's a super nice palette to have just because of the like different variations, and I've just really been enjoying it. It's also my project pan, so I've been trying to use it up a bit more, but I just do enjoy it. Like I would never have purchased a bluish purple blush highlighter of my own volition, but now that I actually have one, I do use it quite a bit, and I really like it actually, especially when I'm doing my sort of like purpley or blue looks. I just really like it. I feel like it complements my like the makeup well that I'm trying to do, and I like doing more sort of, I suppose, monochromatic like tied together looks, if that makes sense. Like I'm not really one for like, I don't know, pink on the eyes, red on the cheeks, orange on the lips, like something like that. I do think that it gives you like a really nice glow. Now speaking of setting spray, I think that's what I'm going to do quickly. It's actually really funny because I've been going through my setting sprays so quickly. I actually only have 3 left. So the ones that I've been really enjoying recently are my Poundland one. This is the Makeup Gallery It's Showtime 2-in-1 Primer Fix Spray. This is the dewy version. There is also a matte version which I can't I don't know what that's like, I've never tried it, but I really like this one. And then the other one I've been really enjoying, which I'm going to use today, is this one. This is by Primark. This is the Prep and Perfect Performance and Setting Mist. I have no idea if it does actually prolong my makeup wear. I haven't really given it vigorous enough testing. I don't think that it does, more than any of my other setting sprays, but I just really like the mist of it, and I really like the fragrance. I find it really calming, and I just like what it does to my skin. Like, it doesn't make my face super dewy. Like, this one has little kind of like little glitter particles in it, which I don't love typically, but you can't really see it, and I do really like the effect of this. It gives sort of more of that dolphin glass skin oil kind of look, which I've actually really been enjoying recently. But this one just kind of sets my makeup down. It doesn't really alter the finish that much, and I just really like it. So this is what I'm going to use. I love the smell of it. Like, I really like the smell of it. I might do my lips quick, but I don't know what I'm going to do on my lips. I don't really have a favourite lip product right now. If anything, I've been kind of, I don't know, I've been wanting to branch out with my lips and get different colours and stuff, and like different formulas. I just haven't had any money to be able to do that. But yeah, I've been really actually wanting like a bright cherry red lip, maybe even some purples or something like that, because I feel like I really have been enjoying like monochromatic look. But anyway, for now I'm just gonna use a little bit of my Technic glossy top. This is in Pout. I really love these glosses, like the whole range from Technic. Really love the glosses. This colour is fine, and my favourite one in it, as you all know, is Shimmy, but this is good too. I just don't think I'm really a pink person. I'm more of like a, I am on the eyes, I really like pink on the eyes, but on the lips I like more sort of like a orangey neutral kind of thing. These smell super good too. So yeah, this isn't necessarily a favourite of the moment, but the formula is a all-time favourite. Like, it's my favourite lip gloss formula, and the shade Shimmy in this, which is more of an orange, is my favourite lip gloss. I just don't have it because I used it all up. I'm going to just do a little eyeliner. So this is my favourite eyeliner just really of all time. This is the Bourjois Paris Contour Clubbing Waterproof Eyeliner. This is in Fair Play, and it's just like a, it's kind of like a salmony pinky like nude tone. I really like it. I wear it whenever I want to like brighten up my lash line. Yeah, I really like it. It's sort of more of like a salmony pink colour, so I do tend to use it whenever I'm doing like pink purple kind of looks, because it kind of ties in. And then I'm going to do mascara. So I actually have a favourite mascara combination, but also a favourite mascara. So the combination I've been loving is this combination, which is Essence Volume Hero Mascara first, and then I would top it with a bit of my Technic Mega Lash, because Technic is waterproof. This is not waterproof, even though it says it's waterproof, it's not. So yeah, I initially used this combination just to try and use this up, otherwise I wouldn't use it up because it's not waterproof, and as I've mentioned like a million times, my eye is waterproof usually. So yeah, this is the way I found to actually get use out of this mascara. But I actually really like this mascara, so maybe if you don't need waterproof mascara because your eyes don't water like mine, this is actually a really good mascara. So yeah, I don't curl my lashes anymore because I actually noticed that it didn't really do like a whole bunch. It didn't really make a difference. If anything, it just, I think it curled my lashes. I think my lashes might be naturally quite curled, so when I curl them, I think it curls it too much, and then I always hit my lid. I mean, I always hit my lid anyway, I'm me. But this is just a bit easier. Okay, so that is the one coat of the Essence, and then I do go in and top it with a coat of the Technic Mega Lash. And if you're curious, this is my favourite mascara of all time. Like, can you see the difference only one coat of this does? So this is the Essence and the Technic. This is just the Essence. Like the Technic just makes everything longer. It makes everything more volumized. Like it does, like it hits different. It really does. Rightio, so while that dries, I'm gonna do my eyebrows. So let me find it. This is what I've been doing recently, if I can find the little bastard. So recently I start off with my Elf Wow Brow. I got this in neutral brown, and I just put this through my eyebrows. Like it gives a little bit of colour, but really not a lot. I think I could maybe even do with a darker shade of this, because my hair's quite dark. I actually need to like dye my hair because I'm getting so many greys. But this is like it's my natural hair colour. Like this is the colour that my hair naturally is. I just dye it because I don't like having loads of grey hairs at the age of 24. This side. Oh, that's another thing. Me and Cameron actually got the text message today saying that we could finally book our COVID vaccinations. I was supposed to get mine done early because I'm in the vulnerable category, just because of all of the health shit that I have going on. But I don't think our doctor's surgery is very good, so we ended up getting the text finally now. So we're getting the first vaccine in I think like 2 weeks, and then we're going to get the second vaccine in September, so it's quite a long wait. So then to fill in like the scarceness of my eyebrows, my favourite is still this one by XX Revolution. This is the XX Fine Brow, and I have like the tiniest amount left. Like this is in my project pan, even though I don't want to like lose it because I love it. Another favourite of mine recently is this one by Primark. This is the Line and Define Brow Duo. So you have like a really super thin pencil on one side, and then on the other side you actually have like a marker, which is nice. And then another one I've been loving recently is this one again by Relove by Revolution. It's the Power Brow. So this is more of like a thick teardrop, but I really like it. But this is still my favourite. So I'm just gonna fill in my brows quickly and do a little bit of shaping. I have a spot right here on my eyebrow, so if anything looks patchy, it's gonna be that. It's so annoying when you get spots in your eyebrows, and whenever I'm on my period, I always get spots in my eyebrows and around this side here and like around the tops of my mouth, and that's how I know that my period is incoming. Let me know what signs you guys have that you know, that lets you know that your period is gonna come on soon. Like, do you get cravings? Do you get super cranky? That's another one of mine. Like, me and Cam will always have a big argument like a week before I start my period, because I've got like all of these hormonal changes. I'm super irritable, like I'm grumpy about everything, and we always have like a massive like argument where I just essentially like I just get super upset over like everything, and I just completely overreact. And like it's one of those arguments where it's like, go on, pack your bags and leave. But see, I don't want him to leave, I love him, but we have like one of those arguments like a week before I start my period without fail, and that's how he knows that I'm gonna be starting my period. But he says that it kind of makes up for it, because when I'm actually on my period, I get super cuddly. I just basically like cuddle into him and just like moan and whine, and yeah, he says that that makes up for it. But I don't really get cravings when I'm on my period. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. Like, it's not like I fancy chocolate more. Maybe. I feel like I like ice cream when I'm on my period. Not like tubs of ice cream, like the chocolate cones. I like them. But I mean, I like them all the time. It's not like I just randomly like them when I'm on my period. So something like that. Brows still look super, super natural, but they're looking a bit thicker and a bit better. I hate this one brow. This one, like, it comes in more right there, and it really bugs me. I also have a glitter particle in my eyebrow, which I can't seem to get rid of, which is also annoying me, but oh well. So now is the time that we will try and sort out my lower lashes. Finally. I'm gonna take my Pastel Passions palette, that was so many P's, and take this purple and run that like under the majority of my eye, and then I will use the darker purple from my W7 probably on the outer corners, and then blend it all out with the lighter purple. But let's see how this goes, because I feel like my eye is going to be a bitch. Then I'm gonna dip into my W7 palette and take this deep one over here, which is called Latitude, and I'm just gonna put that like right on the very outer part, and then I'm just wiping that off on my PJs, and back into the Pastel Passions palette, taking this super light purple. I'm going to use that to blend everything out and hopefully together. And then let's finish everything off with a little inner corner highlight. So I'm going to go into my W7 palette, and I kind of want to take this one. This is called Orbit. Is that cute? It was kind of cute. Okay, and then just to give it a little bit of a little extra zhuzh, I'm going to dip into this one here, which is called Orion, which is kind of like a white pressed glitter, I think. It's like kind of chunky. Ooh, pretty. Oh, that is nice. I like that. And let's finish up with a little bit of bottom lash mascara, because I honestly forgot about it. And also for bottom lashes, I literally only take the Technic one because I don't trust the other one under my eyes. It'll just like flake off and run. Okay, and I am done. So I put my hair up. I don't know if I like it. Do we like it? I don't know. But oh my god, look how glowy I look. So this is my finished face using, well, a full face of all of my favourite products. Yeah, I like this look. I like how it came out. I had no idea what I was going to do to start off with, but I like it. It's definitely glam and dramatic, and I'm kind of here for it. Yeah, I love these products. Basically every single product that I mentioned to you, I absolutely love and I would recommend. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today. Let me know what you think down below of the look. This look right here. And yeah, without further ado, I'll let you get on with your day. See you in the next video. Bye.